Well, another fabulous race here as we get set with the third and final Arrow Wheel Sports and ERC Series races, and it's a handicap, and first away is number 130, that's Rod Hemmings in the TVR 3000M, and Gordon Legg, the boss, in the Speed Week BMW, the E30, so they're the first group away. This TVR, not quite the same pedigree as the car that Carl Hansen drives in the Super GTs, but still a very good car. Third group away, and this is Craig Hauser in the Escort with the white racing stripes, and right in behind him one of the veterans, and certainly one of the veteran cars out there. That's the 2002 BMW of John Hudson. Next away it's two Porsches. It is Kerry Chatterton in the 19 and also Mark Glidden, and in behind them it is Tony Olshoff in the Alfa Sud. There is John Honore in the Ferrari. So Exotica Plus here in the Arrow Wheel Sports and GTs race 3, the third and final race for them in the weekend. Ron Finley just holding out Rob Douglas there, and also Dave Thompson in the Escort as the quicker boys start to get away. Now it'll be interesting to see what the handicap is for Ray Williams. I think he started in pit lane, and there is our limit man, as they call him, and that is Rod Hemmings. There's some battles within battles there. Down on the inside is Mike Davidson in the Sierra. There is the Neil Tollitz car, and right in behind him is Andy Turpin in the Jag. Then we've got car number 80, and that's Derek Atkinson. He was second in the first race, so we know that he's got some genuine speed. This car's got some genuine speed as well, and Mike Davidson can certainly drive it. A good driver in his Formula Ford days. Had a bit of a layoff from the sport, but back into it now. There's Ron Finley, and behind him John Honore, Rob Douglas, and also Ricky Cooper in the Datsun 240. This is the other Datsun 240 in the field, and going quite well at this stage, Ron Finley. Hemmings working his way up towards the Ford Mountain now in his TVR. Still got the lead, so the handicapper doing his job quite well at the moment. Gordon Legg sits in second place in the E30 BMW. Now Hemmings' lap time's around about the 118 mark, and I think Gordon Legg doing around about the same sort of times. This could be an interesting contest, but sooner or later they will be swamped. The faster boys coming through virtually 6 and in some cases 7 and 8 seconds faster per lap, and it's only 8 laps, so the handicapper normally gets it pretty dead right here at Pukekohe, and we should see some of the top back markers, some of the fastest cars coming through into the top positions. But at the moment it is Rod Hemmings. Gordon Legg in second place, Speed Machine BMW. In third I think it's Jeff Sparks in the Dolomite. It's a good little scrap here. This is Tony Olshoff and Mike Davidson going at it like there's no tomorrow. And Andy Turpin being kept honest by the Escort of Bruce Mannon. And let's see what happens here on the back straight. Will he be able to pull out and make the pass? Oh, big lock up there from Olshoff as the other Jaguar in the field, Rob Mostyn, just avoids that. Ron Finley right in behind the Alpha now. Lights ablaze for racing Ray Williams in the number 12 car. John Rhodes just ahead of him in the Alpha Sprint, and it looks like Chatterton's race is over. Oh no, he decides to come back onto the track. He had a problem, maybe missed the gear. No, straight into the pits for the 911 SC Porsche. Oh, door handle to door handle stuff here. This is Mark Glidden. Now he's been racing pretty regularly in the Bridgestone Porsche Series in his 911 SC. Battle for position here down the inside. It is Craig Hauser in the 121, the Escort. And around the outside of him, that 2002 Beamer of John Hudson. And he's had that car for a long time now. He's one of the original Targa competitors, is John Hudson. Andy Turpin through in the Kingsland Village sponsored Jaguar, and there is Racing Ray Williams, but he is going pretty slowly, so I'd suggest that Racing Ray's got a bit of a problem in the Ivory Beast, and he will be pulling off and probably taking no further part. Mike Davidson trying to get out of the way of Bruce Mannon. He started in the second group. Glidden is there as well, so too Mostyn. A couple of the Alphas in there, Mike Davidson, Mannon in there as well. Mannon looking for racing room, I would suggest. He's coming from the back, remember, so all problems here for Ron Finley. Just straight lines the S's, gets it all together. Oh, I spoke too soon, doesn't get it all together, but we'll have it under control by the time he goes through Castrol and out onto the back straight once again. So a bit of a moment there for Ron Finley. 71, Dave Thompson, another one that started in the back group, about 4 from the back of the field, so he started to come through, and in fact he is now the race leader, so he's got past both Gordon Legg and Rod Hemmings to lead in the escort. Mike Davidson, they can't get away from the forward of Bruce Mannon. Andy Turpin still in that battle as well. Now Mannon just threads the needle and goes through. Ron Finley trying to go with him, so he's obviously recovered from his little excursion at the S's. So this now the battle for second, third, fourth and fifth, and look at the speed difference of Bruce Mannon trying to get around Jeff Sparks here in the Triumph Dolomite. The TVR 3000M of Rod Hemmings. Just get the feeling he might just be holding up Sparks a little bit. He's certainly holding up Bruce Mannon. Right in behind Mannon, it's Gordon Legg, and watch this, he just drops the hammer. Now into top gear as he comes through the kink on the back straight here at this 2.8 kilometre racetrack, Pukekohe Park Raceway, the scene of a fantastic meeting here this weekend for the Historic Racing Club. This is the Tasman Revival Cup meeting, and as I said before, there is a huge crowd, and they've stayed until the very end to watch all this exciting racing. Historic Racing Club, the home of classic racing in Auckland, if not New Zealand, because they travel, they go down to Taupo. And of course they're waiting for the day that Hampton Downs opens. Last lap, Bruce Mannon in the front in the escort. Like $1 for every time I've said that. This is a wonderful motor car, and he just keeps updating it slowly but surely every season. Neil Tollich moves through into second place now. Jeff Sparks drops back, so too Ron Finley. And there is Rod Hemmings. Now he's plummeted down the field now as the faster boys start coming through. The Mannon Butler escort of Bruce Mannon, laying the two big black tracks out of the hairpin and heading down for the Ford Mountain once again, and a checkered flag. Neil Tollich, well, maybe the handicap was too tough for the Piranha because he's going to be second. But no doubt about it, Bruce Mannon will win it. And look at that, clear track behind him, so he's won it easily in the end. So Bruce Mannon gets the win from the back to the front. Neil Tollich is second, and then it's Andy Turpin in the